Chickens in the city? You bet. Ever driven through a big city and seen a tomato plant? You might think it's just a quirky decoration, but it's so much more. Maybe some herbs sprouting on a balcony? These little green wonders are part of a bigger movement. You might be surprised to learn that's homesteading. Yes, even in the heart of the city, people are embracing this age-old practice. Forget the image of overalls and pitchforks. Today's homesteaders are redefining what it means to grow your own food. Homesteading is about taking control of what you eat and where it comes from. It's about sustainability and self-sufficiency. It's about connecting with nature, even if your backyard is a fire escape. Every little space can become a green oasis. So, buckle up, city slickers and suburbanites. Whether you have a sprawling backyard or a tiny balcony, you can join the homesteading revolution. We're about to dig into the wonderful world of homesteading. From growing your own veggies to raising chickens, there's a lot to explore. Let me tell you, there's nothing quite like biting into a juicy tomato you grew yourself. The taste is incomparable, except maybe collecting fresh eggs from chickens who think your name is mother. These feathered friends can be a delightful addition to your urban farm. And that fresh air, way better than the exhaust fumes you're used to. Imagine starting your day with a breath of fresh, garden-scented air. So, ditch the grocery store lines and the pesticide-laden produce. Growing your own food means you know exactly what you're eating. It's time to get your hands dirty and discover the joys of homesteading. The satisfaction of nurturing a plant from seed to harvest is unmatched. Whether it's a rooftop garden or a small plot in a community space, every effort counts. You're contributing to a greener, healthier world. And it's not just for adults. Kids can get involved too, learning valuable lessons about nature and responsibility. So why not give it a try? Start small, maybe with a few herbs or a tomato plant. You'll be amazed at how rewarding it can be. And who knows, you might even inspire your neighbors to join in. Together we can create a network of urban homesteaders, sharing tips, produce, and a love for sustainable living. So, let's get started. The world of urban homesteading is waiting for you. Happy gardening! Now, I know what you're thinking. Mike, I'm about as handy as a screen door on a submarine. Homesteading ain't for me. Hold your horses, partner. Homesteading isn't about being a farmer. It's about taking small steps to become more self-sufficient. You don't need to overhaul your entire life or move to the countryside. It's about knowing where your food comes from and appreciating the hard work that goes into it. Imagine the satisfaction of eating a meal where you grew the ingredients yourself. It's about teaching your kids and yourself valuable life skills. These are lessons that go beyond the garden, instilling a sense of responsibility and connection to nature. Homesteading is a mindset, not a job description. It's about embracing a simpler, more intentional way of living. You don't need generations of farming experience or a degree in agriculture. You can start small, right where you are. All you need is a little bit of land or even just a sunny windowsill and a whole lot of enthusiasm. Start with herbs on your windowsill or a tomato plant on your balcony. So, whether you're a seasoned gardener or you've never touched a trowel in your life, remember this: homesteading is for everyone. It's about community, sustainability, and finding joy in the simple things. Join a local gardening group, share tips, and learn together. The journey is just as rewarding as the destination. Let's get one thing straight. You don't need a sprawling ranch to be a homesteader. Nope, you can homestead in an apartment, a condo, even a tiny house on wheels. Remember those herbs on the balcony? That's homesteading in action. So are those folks down the street with the beehive in their backyard. And don't forget the community garden enthusiasts growing enough zucchini to feed the entire neighborhood. Homesteading is about maximizing the space you have, no matter how big or small. Got a sunny windowsill? Boom, herb garden. Got a fire escape? Hello, tomato plants. Got a tiny backyard? Congrats, you've got room for chickens. Don't let limited space cramp your homesteading style. Get creative, think vertically, and watch your urban oasis flourish. Think homesteading is just for folks in rural areas? Think again. Homesteading is popping up everywhere, from bustling cities to quiet suburbs. Why? Because people are craving a connection to their food, their community, and the natural world. And because, let's face it, there's something incredibly satisfying about growing your own food. City dwellers are turning rooftops into gardens, balconies into mini farms, and even using hydroponics to grow food indoors. Suburbanites are ripping out their lawns and replacing them with edible landscapes, chicken coops, and beehives. The point is, homesteading is adaptable. It's about working with what you've got and creating a sustainable lifestyle that suits your needs and your environment. Section 5. Homesteading on a budget. Pinch those pennies and grow your own grub. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Homesteading can seem like a daunting financial endeavor, but it doesn't have to be. You might think homesteading is expensive, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be. With a bit of creativity and resourcefulness, you can start your homesteading journey on a shoestring budget. Sure, you can drop a wad of cash on fancy tools and equipment, but you can also start small and bootstrap your way to homesteading bliss. Begin with the basics and gradually expand as you go. Think of it as an investment, not an expense. Every dollar you spend on seeds and soil will pay off in the long run with fresh, homegrown produce. Start by growing your own food from seeds. Seeds are inexpensive and can yield a bountiful harvest if cared for properly. Hit up garage sales and thrift stores for tools and supplies. You'd be surprised at the treasures you can find for a fraction of the cost. Learn to preserve your harvest through canning, pickling, and freezing. These methods not only save money but also ensure you have food year-round. Join local gardening groups and online forums for tips, tricks, and maybe even some freebies. The homesteading community is incredibly supportive and full of knowledge. Remember, homesteading is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience and persistence are key. Start small, be resourceful, and watch your homestead grow without breaking the bank. Over time, you'll see your efforts pay off as your garden flourishes and your pantry fills with home-preserved goods. Involve your family in the process. Not only does it make the work lighter, but it also teaches valuable skills and creates lasting memories. Don't forget about composting. It's a cost-effective way to enrich your soil using kitchen scraps and yard waste. Consider setting up a rainwater collection system. It's an eco-friendly way to water your garden without increasing your water bill. Embrace DIY projects. Building your own raised beds, trellises, and other garden structures can save you a lot of money and give you a sense of accomplishment. Keep a garden journal to track your progress, note what works and what doesn't, and plan for future seasons. This simple practice can help you become a more efficient and successful homesteader. Participate in community events like seed swaps and plant exchanges. These are great opportunities to diversify your garden without spending a dime. Ultimately, homesteading on a budget is about making smart choices, being resourceful, and enjoying the journey. With time, effort, and a bit of ingenuity, you can create a thriving homestead that nourishes both body and soul. Section 6. The joys of self-sufficiency. From garden to table, you got this. One of the most rewarding aspects of homesteading is the sense of self-sufficiency it brings. There's something incredibly empowering about growing your own food, raising your own livestock, and relying on your own skills and resourcefulness. It's about taking control of your life and connecting with the natural world in a tangible way. Imagine stepping out your back door and picking fresh tomatoes for a salad, gathering eggs for breakfast, or harvesting herbs for a delicious homemade meal. Homesteading allows you to experience the true meaning of farm-to-table dining. And it doesn't get much fresher or more satisfying than that. Section 7. Green acres, tiny footprint, homesteading for a healthier planet. In a world grappling with climate change and environmental degradation, homesteading offers a path toward a more sustainable future. By growing your own food, you reduce your reliance on industrial agriculture, which is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Plus, you're not contributing to the plastic packaging and transportation costs associated with store-bought produce. Homesteading also encourages you to reduce waste and live more sustainably. You can compost kitchen scraps, use rainwater harvesting systems, and create your own natural fertilizers and pesticides. It's about working with nature, not against it, to create a healthier planet for ourselves and future generations. Section 8. So, you want to be a homesteader? So, you're ready to trade in your suit and tie for a pair of gardening gloves? That's great. But before you run out and buy a flock of chickens, take some time to learn the ropes. Read books, watch documentaries, and follow experienced homesteaders online. Start small and gradually expand your skills and knowledge. And don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. That's part of the fun. Remember, homesteading is a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges along the way, but the rewards are well worth it. The sense of accomplishment, the delicious food, the connection to nature. These are just a few of the many joys that come with embracing the homesteading lifestyle. Section 9. Take the leap and grow your own adventure. Homesteading isn't just about growing food, it's about growing as a person. It's about learning new skills, embracing challenges, and connecting with your community. It's about slowing down, appreciating the simple things, and finding joy in the process. So, what are you waiting for? Take the leap, get your hands dirty, and start growing your own adventure. Whether you're in the heart of the city or out in the countryside, homesteading offers a path to a more fulfilling, sustainable, and delicious life. So go ahead, plant those seeds, chase those dreams, and discover the joys of homesteading for yourself. You might just surprise yourself with what you can achieve. And hey, if I can do it, anyone can.